Well, you hear that thunder. It's a nice, stormy, rainy night here at the Phantom History House. I'm Tim.
I'm Steve. Hello, everybody.
And we feel like it's the perfect setting, this rainy night, sort of stormy night, to talk about a new project that you are starting. Well, we're starting together.
We're starting together, yes. We are getting ready to launch, or I guess we have launched if you're watching this, Conjuring Phantom History, the new podcast that is everything that the regular Phantom History podcast is not.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means that it is all the interviews, it's everything that we do here at the house, and it's less scripted than the Phantom History broadcast creepy vibe we have, and more about what happens behind the scenes in order to produce what we're doing here.
Yeah, we've had all this content. We've been trying to figure out exactly how to present to people, like the interviews that you do with the guests. Like you talk to people about the paranormal stuff and the buildings and the history on the Phantom History podcast.
Right.
We have those. Then we have all this other stuff that we do, like when we talk to psychic mediums or we talk to people around about any kind of paranormal. So we've been trying to figure out how to present it.
Right.
And then somebody suggested to us, hey, you should have a second podcast that's like a partner to the original Phantom History. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I love that idea because there's so much that I get when I talk to these paranormal investigators or historians that I don't use in the Phantom History podcast because it doesn't really fit to the vibe. Right. There's a lot of laughing. There's a lot of funny stories that just don't go along with, the eerie message that's in Phantom History, but it's still a lot of really good content and people have had some really amazing experiences.
Yeah, and so it's really always fun to hear people talk about just creepy things that have happened to them or experiences they've had, or just learn more about the paranormal world. Like you've done conversations about the art we've had in the house or certain famous figures in the world of spiritualism and
absolutely, and I'm learning, and you're learning as we kind of go along with all this. The original podcast started back in 2019, and I know a lot more now than I did then, but there's still a whole lot more that I want to learn. So when I have these conversations with people from all over the country via Zoom, usually, I get more insight into what this world looks like, and this is a really good opportunity to be able to share that in a different format.
Right, so the idea is that each episode of Conjuring Phantom History is going to be a completely different thing. It could be part of an interview or a whole interview you had with someone when you were putting the podcast together, or it could be just somebody you've talked to or something you're interested in or a bit of information we've discovered. Anything that's in this sort of world of the paranormal that we are now sort of theming ourselves in. Or stuff about that's happening here at Phantom History House, the Bed and Breakfast, where we're sitting right now. Could be just about anything. I like the idea that each one's going to be really different. One might be an hour, one might be 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. You're not going to know what you're going to get, really. And neither do we, which is what makes it so exciting. I mean, we've had the chance to talk to authors, psychics and mediums, like you talked about, the people who are in this world that have experiences and stories that don't fit into what the Phantom History podcast is, that have a new way to get that information out. And I'm excited about that because there's a lot of it. And I never realized how much there was until we started looking at all this content we have that we've been putting on our YouTube channel and in other places.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, we're always learning. Like I'm very new to sort of this world. Just read my first horror novel, really. And well, I don't know, I've read a couple Stephen King, so I don't know if that counts too, but nothing too terribly disturbing that I remember. But the idea is that we're constantly learning. We're being introduced to new things, new people that have different points of views that tell us, oh, you should find out about this. So whenever we meet someone or we find out about something, we have this new venue now to be able to share it.
Yeah, and of course I always talk about on all the clips we put up on Facebook and other places, come tell us your ghost story, sit in the library, let's chat. And one of the things I do with a lot of the people I meet is I ask them, what is your first ghost story? When did you first figure out that something else is out there? And those finally have a home. So a lot of these short Conjuring Phantom History posts are going to be about those stories.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. And if you're watching this, we would love ideas, right? Like if you have an idea of something you want us to research or you want to hear more about, or if you want to talk to us about something, or you know somebody that you think we should talk to, please let us know. You can contact us at the Phantom History website. And we would love to hear those suggestions just for ideas for what this might be.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we've learned since we've started all this is that the paranormal community is very welcoming, very open, very friendly, and we're new to this. Even though the original podcast has been around a few years, I'm still very new to this. You're very new to this, and as we meet more people, and we learn more, it gives us more opportunity to reach out and do our own thing with that information. So yeah, like Tim said, let us know what you would like to see.
Yeah, and in the same vein, we're excited that Phantom History House, the bed and breakfast, is now up and running. It's sort of finished. We're constantly improving it, working on it. But we're excited about ideas for things that we can do here, events we can hold. So if you have a group that's looking for a place to get together and meet or have a party or do any kind of event, please think about us and contact us about that as well. I love the idea of having people here in this space to enjoy it and enjoy being with their friends.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about we're a bed and breakfast experience because it's an experience unlike any other. And everything under the Phantom History umbrella ties together in this world, this new podcast included. And I'm excited to see where it goes and who we meet along the way.
So if you think this is a great idea or you're interested in it and you know other people that are, please let them know. We'd love to have as many subscribers as possible, not only for the original Phantom History podcast, but for this new one, Conjuring Phantom History. So please let people know it's here. Subscribe, help us get the word out, send ideas for what you think it could be or things you want us to talk about or research. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to work on this project together.
I think so too. And everybody has a ghost story or knows somebody who has a ghost story. So contact us and tell us yours. And who knows where we'll use that information and help spread the word about that experience, because everybody seems to have one of those stories.
So our new podcast, along with the Phantom History podcast that exists now, Conjuring Phantom History, we hope that you will listen.
Yes, you can listen on anywhere, podcasts or broadcast, all the streaming services. You can subscribe, and then you'll be alerted whenever a new one drops.
And come see us at Phantom History House. Spend a weekend, spend a night, spend a week, spend a month, whatever. We'd love to see you and come talk ghost stories with us here in the library.
Absolutely.